This couple had been hoping for good news about their daughter's transplant for months. So when they finally received the call they'd been waiting for from the hospital, all they needed to do was get her there. However, accomplishing that feat wasn't going to be straightforward. Nick and Jesse Faris are parents from Memphis with an amazing story. At the beginning of 2016, they had two children, one girl named Rhett, who was adopted from Ethiopia, and another baby girl called Brooklyn. And the couple's unusual tale revolves around Brooklyn and her unusual medical condition. Specifically, she was diagnosed with Alagille syndrome before she was adopted by the Farises. The couple brought her home from China when she was only 12 months old. Her condition meant that her liver wasn't functioning properly, and the Farises knew that bringing the little girl to Memphis would give her a better shot at recovering. Consequently, her name was placed on the transplant waiting list. Naturally, it was an anxious wait, but after a year of the couple hoping for the phone to ring, it finally did. The Ann and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago told them that Brooklyn's name was now at the top of the transplant list. As a result, the Farises sprang into action. They knew they had to get Brooklyn up to Chicago as quickly as they could. However, when they began looking at flights, their hearts sunk. They had a big problem. Due to terrible weather, all the flights to Chicago had been canceled. The blizzard was too dangerous for commercial jets to fly in. So what were they going to do now? We considered driving or taking a train, but we were worried we wouldn't get there on time. Jesse Faris told Us Weekly in March of 2016, it would have been $10,000 to charter a plane, and we couldn't handle that financially. However, time was running out for little Brooklyn to make it to the hospital for her operation. In fact, the Farises would clearly need a little extra help from the community if their daughter was going to be able to travel to Chicago. The Children's Organ Transplant Association website had a page dedicated to Brooklyn, so they posted a message telling readers that the family had received the all-important call. The message included the words, "Prayers for the family's travel are very appreciated." What's more, it seems that these prayers were subsequently answered in the most unexpected way. Brooklyn made it to Chicago in the end thanks to the kindness of shipping company FedExed. So what happened exactly? Well, a friend of the family, John Carroll, wanted to help, and he had the very smart idea of speaking to a local children's hospital. In turn, the hospital got in touch with FedEx because they knew that sometimes the company would still fly when commercial flights were grounded. Indeed, FedEx is able to decide for itself whether or not it deems the weather too dangerous to fly. In this case, moreover, it thought that the conditions were safe enough for flying to Chicago. They called and said if we could get to the airport in 30 minutes, they could fly us free on one of their corporate jets, Jesse told Us Weekly. So, of course, the Farises rushed over there. The next thing they knew, they were all boarding a FedEx plane for Chicago. I do remember looking at Nick and we were just shaking our heads because it was completely surreal. The entire afternoon and evening events, Jesse recalled. The Farises and Brooklyn arrived safely later that night, having been impressed with the extremely nice pilots who flew them there. Brooklyn's vital surgery would take place the very next morning. So how'd the surgery go? Well, after 10 hours, Brooklyn emerged safely and spent the next 11 days in hospital recovering with her brand new liver. What's more, she's been doing well ever since. Brooklyn is getting stronger every day, Jesse told Us Weekly. We are still wrapping our minds around what the future holds. With this gift of new life given to her, there are so many possibilities that lie ahead for Brooklyn. To put the cherry on top of an already heartwarming story, FedEx then got back in touch with the Farises. In fact, it organized a return flight for the family back to Memphis, where a crowd of well-wishers were waiting to greet the little girl and her parents. The family are now enjoying a happy and healthy time with their two girls, and they remain extremely grateful for the kindness that was shown to them. Jesse said, "I feel like in addition to just feeling like the hand of God was with us in this situation, we also felt a tremendous amount of support from our community." Check out these other videos from Let Me Know. If you haven't made the move to subscribe to our channel, all you need to do is click on that red subscribe button. Thank you for watching.